Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar here with more Sekiro, where last time we made progress on a couple different fronts. We figured out how to spirit away our buddy Kotaro from Senpo Temple. To where? We're still to be determined. We also picked up the Lotus Flower in the Sunken Valley, and we found some dried fruit, and we found some fresh fruit. And when I say fresh, my goodness, do I ever mean fresh. Lots of fun surprises. And I think today we're going to turn our attention to the Ashina Depths. It is the next zone on our list to check out, and I think it is time for us to venture forward there and see what we can find. So let's quickly prep we're going to grab one of our prosthetic upgrades here, just so we can spend some of our sen. I think I want to grab this double divine abduction and start trying to play around with this more and see if we can actually get a backstab in combat. This seems like a pretty powerful ability, especially when you've got multiple enemies that you're trying to deal with. So let's go ahead and grab this, and we'll keep working our way through the tree here as we get more and more sen. We're getting plenty of upgrades, or I should say upgrade materials. So we just need the funds to be able to unlock all of that. And then I think we're going to actually quickly equip that. Let's make sure we equip the correct one here, since they are different things, but that's pretty easy to tell. Double divine abduction apart from the regular. So now that we have that, let's see if we can actually do this against Hanbei. Let's just do maybe a quick bit of testing here and see. I want to just see if this is something that we can actually do. We still have this option to discuss the Mortal Blade with him, and maybe I will do that at some point. For now, what I want to do is just try doing, let's just go with the basic attacks here and just make him, we'll have him be passive and see if we can actually, so we charge it up like this and then we release. But it didn't seem like he was, maybe I needed to be targeting him. Let's try this again. It doesn't seem like he's vulnerable to a death blow. It's just making him turn his back. So, and that seems like the same thing that happened against the only other time that I tried this divine abduction was against the monkey in the poison swamp. And I don't remember seeing an actual death blow indicator pop up. So maybe this doesn't actually open them to a death blow, and I was kind of misunderstanding what this is supposed to do. Let me read this one more time. It says that it releases the winds around the enemy, making them face... No, it says they will lose sight of you and be vulnerable to a death blow. Maybe it just doesn't work against Hanbei? Further testing required, perhaps, against actual enemies in the field. But let's move forward. We're also going to prep. We're also going to grab a skill. We have 5 skill points now. Let's go ahead and spend and get this ascending carp. I still do want to make some progress here into the Temple Arts tree and eventually get this ultimate upgrade. But we'll have 3 points left over still, and we can grab this Senpo leaping kicks when the situation arises. It says it's a combined anti-air counter and sweep attack counter. So if we're facing a tough enemy that has that sort of arsenal, then we can maybe have this at the ready to purchase. But for now, this I think is going to be applicable in basically every circumstance, inflicting additional posture damage upon successful deflection seems like a very good skill to have, and it will also open up access to some of these skills if we want to pick them up. Flowing water could be very nice. We haven't used Ichimonji too much. One of the things that I've noticed with many of these combat arts that has made me kind of hesitant to use them is that, especially like Ichimonji and praying strikes, I think they seem to have a very big lag at the end of using them. Like, it takes some time for you to actually, get back. So you have a large time before I can actually move again. Like, I do the Ichimonji and then I'm sort of standing there, and the time that it takes for me to actually be able to like run away or jump away is actually pretty, it's a noticeable amount of time. And I think, at least it seems the times that I have used them, I've been left open to counterattacks from the enemy. So we'll see. Maybe the double is a better, getting the upgraded versions of the combat arts might be the way to go. For now, let's go ahead and travel. We're going to start here at the abandoned dungeon entrance, because I do also, as we're heading toward the Ashina depths, I want to check in with a couple of the other NPCs that could be connected. I'll also look at remind myself what this memorial mob has. It's been a while since I've gone to some of these vendors. The main notable piece of this guy's inventory is the mask fragment. We know of, I think, 2 of these mask fragments, which I've got to guess are connected to Tomoe. An old dancer's mask? That's my guess based on what Ishin has said about Tomoe kind of being like, her combat style is sort of like dancing. I could be off there. Let's also... We're going to check with the doctor in here because we've got some of these... couple key items of information. One that we got before... We actually got 2 things, I think, from the dungeon. One of them was this rotting prisoner's note, which sort of gives us a clue about the fragrant stone and throwing oneself. But it also mentions Kotaro. That is something that I did not know or did not remember until looking at this right before turning on the recording. So maybe Kotaro is somewhere to be found in the depths. That's what I'm kind of hoping based on that note. And we also have this surgeon's bloody letter. Dosaku was the surgeon here. And yeah, looking for one tough man, preferably a strong samurai or a young large member, such as a large soldier, such as a member of the Taro troop. Is this Kotaro? I'm still not totally sure exactly who this is supposed to be, or if this is supposed to be the same person as the guy that Anayama is looking for. And is it a situation like in Bloodborne where you have to like choose where to send somebody, either sending them to Odin's Chapel or Yosefka's clinic? I might be overthinking things, but let me just double check with the surgeon here. We'll make our way into over here and see if you have anything new. This is the same as before. This guy seems very sus. There is we didn't get too much information from you, but I don't get a great... I admittedly do not get a great feeling. I'm also not sure that I'm getting attacked here by crickets and stuff, but I think we're okay. But I don't get a great feeling from this guy. I'm not sure, like, it's hard to tell. Like, we've never met Dojun before, and also looking a little bit more closely now at your face, I'm wondering... Those eyes look pretty... It's hard to see exactly, but the eyes kind of look a little fucked. Are we dealing with somebody who is undying here? What's the story? All right, so no new info from you, but we're going to be keeping you in mind as we go into the depths. Let's also go to... Let's run back here, and we're going to go to the other spot right before the bottomless hole, because we also have Jinzemon. Quickly rest. We also have our friend Jinzemon, who I think should still be there, unless he's also moved on. But he mentioned before he was searching for the sound of the shamisen, which I don't think we've ever heard. He is still here. I don't think we've ever heard the sound of the shamisen, but maybe that's also going to be something that we are finding in the depths. Oh, what? I did not know that this was an option. Lure to abandoned dungeon. Or don't mention abandoned dungeon. Wait, why would we want to lure him to the abandoned dungeon? Is this the guy that we're luring for that doctor? Ooh, I don't think I actually want to do this. I thought that this was going to be more connected to the depths somehow. I don't think I want to mention the abandoned dungeon. I'm not... I'm guessing that we'd have the option to do that again. Yeah, so we can choose to lure him later. I'm gonna think about this one, because I don't like this. It sounds like I'm luring him to the doctor. Like maybe he's the guy that fits the description on this note. But I hadn't thought of him as being the big guy from Tarot Troop. I'm gonna have to think about that one. For now, actually, let's go ahead and... I forgot there's also... There was the, one of the other old ladies here. Let's see if she has anything new. Yeah. So that's the same as before, and we know that we can... I guess we'll just go down this way. We can go down into the bottomless hole, and we'll get the grappling points here like we did last time. And we'll just follow this down quickly. Don't think we're going to find anything new, but check it out nonetheless. And that just brings us here. Cool. Let's just rest, and I think we're ready to press forward. I was not expecting the reaction there from Jinseimon. I thought that there was going to be some different dialogue, but we'll have to ponder that. For now, I think it's time to move into the depths and see what we're dealing with here. We've got what I can now recognize as, I think, one of the shotgun enemies from the gun fort that is patrolling down there. Is there anybody else that I'm seeing? So far, that's the only enemy that I'm spotting, and so I might want to just run down and take them out here. We can go to get this piece of loot first, I suppose. Some scrap magnetite. There is somebody here. Okay, can I get back up to this spot? So there is somebody that we can take out right here. I'm getting spotted by you. Can I duck, please? So I thought I saw maybe a second arrow, or that might have just been this. Oh no, there's somebody over there. And there is what appears to be a fog wall. Have we had that before? This person over here by the fog wall seems to look like the Snake Guy's Shirahagi. Also, you actually don't have a shotgun, do you? You have an actual cannon. You are actually lugging around a cannon. This is fascinating. I'm wondering if this is going to be another double death blow enemy, and we just can't get past the fog wall until we defeat them. That might be the case. Okay, I want to... How do I want to handle this situation? I want to take you out so I don't have a cannon person bearing down on me while I'm trying to take you on. I'm going to actually use some Gachin's sugar. I'm actually going to use some of that. We have plenty of these. So we're actually going to, I think, go over to this side. Just using the Gachin's sugar so I'm not... You've got to be kidding me. Okay, Sekiro has crashed on me. This is unfortunate. I have not had... I've had... The game has run very flawlessly for the most part, but this is a situation where the game has crashed. So let me see if I can fix this. Okay, so it kind of reset to where we just killed this previous enemy. So let's use the Gachin's sugar again here. And now I might have used this a little too soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to get spotted. It's very strange though. I am getting spotted. It's another Snake Eyes enemy. It's another Snake Eyes enemy. And I want to take out the cannon guy if I can here still. Okay. I maybe should have mind controlled. No, that's not the thing. That is not the thing. I'm using the wrong item here. Hold on. Hold on here. So, okay. I forgot. You can pause. Take a deep breath. I was going to mention the fact that I have had a couple crashes with the game when I've been playing on fresh files, but I figured that was because I like to run a lot of things on my computer while I'm... If I'm just playing on my own, I often have like other browser windows open with, you know, Twitch streams and things like that. So I figured that was just a matter of me overstressing my system. As I've been recording, that has not been the case, so I don't know exactly why that was. It did feel like there was a little hitch in the graphics that maybe, I don't know exactly what caused it, but we did get a crash there. So I want to take off this. We might want this, I'm not sure. What was... The Sabi Maru was what worked really well for us before, right? So let's change to the Sabi Maru for you. The Sabi Maru for you. And maybe we could even, this would have maybe been, if I'd have known that we were going to be facing this enemy in particular, maybe we would have grabbed the upgraded Sabi Maru. But we won't need this anymore. And I might stick with this. We'll see. The Nightjar Slash was actually pretty good. And maybe I should have used, this might have been a perfect case for the Puppeteer. I didn't even think about that in the heat of the moment there. Let's see if we can get this on track, though. It is funny because we're in the poison swamp. We're in the poison swamp, but you still are able to get poisoned. Now, are you taking poison? You're not poisoned anymore. What the hell? So you look like you have the same moveset as the Snake Eye Shirafuji. Oh, maybe you're not getting poisoned this time. That took a fair bit of damage here, so we're not necessarily blocking all the damage. You do fire the gun, it seems, a lot more often. Dang it. Wow. I am not getting the deflects on those. I do have the Nightjar Slash I could use. I am leaving myself wide open. Okay, this is, It seems like either I'm forgetting the moves that this enemy had before, or they're a significant step up from the previous iteration. I kind of want to try. I just need to kind of execute these moves better, I think. I think that's really the issue here. Did the Sabi Maru really not work? I maybe want to give this one more try, but it actually wouldn't make sense. If this enemy is here in the poison, why would the Sabi Maru be effective, right? No, it's not effective, and that is me dying. Okay. I think I'm jumping a little too much there. Okay, let's try that again. Sabi Maru is not going to do the trick. We're not going to get any use out of Sabi Maru this time. Maybe we can get some use out of the Loaded Umbrella. Shadow Rush might be a better one to try. We can try Shadow Rush. We haven't been using that as much recently, but that's a good one. We could also... We're getting hit a lot by the bullets. The gun is hitting us. I think because I'm doing a lot of jumping. It's a bad habit that I has kind of snuck in. We have the Spirit Fall as well. So maybe what I can do is we'll move the Tonto right here. This is really risky. It might not be the fight for this. Maybe I'm going to actually take that off the bar. The Tonto feels more like something that I want to be using against... What was I going to say? Using in non-enemies. Situations where we're not dealing with like a double death blow enemy. I want to be using it more in like the normal flow of exploring a zone. At least that's my idea for doing it. So we'll go with Spirit Fall. We also have the Ninjutsu. It might not be a bad idea to give myself the extra spirit emblems at the start, because we are starting to run a little low as I look at my Spirit Emblem count. So giving ourselves the extra Spirit Emblems, but just going down a gourd, I don't know, that may not be the best idea because we did run out of gourds there. But I really do want to use this Puppeteer Ninjutsu. And that would be... I'm thinking about a lot of ways that we could potentially deal with this enemy. Are there any other prosthetic upgrades that we would want to use? I'll have to try out the finger whistle at some point. All right, let us just go with this loadout. We're actually going to take this. I'm going to stick with Shadow Rush, and we'll use the ninjutsu on the Cannoneer at the start. So we'll go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and use this, actually, because I feel like I do want to be spamming Shadow Rush more, and I might need the extra ammunition. So let's go down here and let's get this guy to start. Get this Cannoneer to start. Duck down here. And then we will wait just a moment. Actually, now's probably an okay time for us to run in. Never mind. This is terrible. Hold on. I thought I could be quick enough to get the death blow on the Cannoneer. That is not the case. This is going terribly. This is going terribly at the moment. I really need to take a drink. And I'm hoping I can kind of reset things here. Where am I trying to get to? Trying to get back up here. I was trying to find the grapple point to get me back up, but I don't know if I can actually get all the way back up to the top. There we go. We're gonna reset this. Reset. Run it from the top again here. Because I would like to get the Puppeteer on my side, and I might have to use a Gachin's sugar for that. Let's try this again. Let's do the Tonto. Drink our flask. And then do what we did before. But maybe I'll just use a sugar now. Just to avoid the hassle. We've got quite a few of these. Is that a neck crack sound that happens when we activate that? That's kind of cool. I'm just being a little impatient as well as I was waiting for the Cannoneer to patrol to far enough away. All right, we should have this now. So now, I guess she aggroes right onto him. Now the question is, the one thing I need to watch out for here is the fact that... No, that counted? I might take friendly fire is the thing that I was going to say. I need to be on the lookout for the fact that the Cannoneer is going to be firing the cannon. And I'm going to be taking incoming, potentially. So we need to, like, back out sporadically here. But this is working out splendidly. God damn it. I think he might have died. I think the Cannoneer might have died. But that was a great head start that we got to the battle. Okay. Let's get out of the poison here. Sometimes we are a little bit too short Ooh, that was not good. Oh my god. I am jumping too much. I'm really screwing myself over by jumping as much as I'm doing. Oh, that was... Who aggroed to me? Another cannon guy? That is super unfortunate that the other cannon guy is on us now. Although, maybe it's not super unfortunate because you still can take friendly fire. Drink, please. I got my posture broken. Oh, okay, let's go. Man, that helped so much having the puppeteer, or I should say the puppet cannoneer. That was so good. We were able to do almost the entire first death blow by having that guy on our side. So that was a nice strat. This puppeteer ninjutsu, I am liking it a lot. I'm assuming that there's probably going to be more ninjutsus that we pick up, but this one is so freaking good. All right, so now that that is out of the way, I'm trying to see if there was a sculptor's idol nearby, but there's a sculptor's idol over here. It's fine. How in the world? These guys have very good vision, I guess. This guy was just able to see me. Let's get the loot though from you, and we have the loot from the puppeteer as well to pick up. I want to get over to you, ideally without you seeing me. I'm gonna stay crouched and see if that does the trick. Question mark. Anybody else that wants to get in on the fun here, though? All right. So I did not catch the full title, but we had another Snake Eyes. Oh, there is actually an idol here. Well, I'll take it. We're not going to rest at it because I don't want to respawn the enemies just yet. I do kind of need healing gourds, though. We'll think about that. Poison Pool. Yep. The name checks out. That was the other thing that I had kind of forgotten about in terms of the Ashina depths. The fact that there is more poison. The never-ending poison swamps. Maybe not never-ending, but there's always going to be poison swamps. The ever-present feature of a FromSoft game, sooner or later. All right, let's keep picking up the loot here as we collect ourselves after the tough death blow. The double death blow enemy, that definitely felt like a tougher encounter than the Snake Eyes. There was Snake Eyes Shirahagi, and then this one, I'll have to look at the recording to remember the name. Things were happening so fast there. I did catch the fact that the name was Snake Eyes, though. Just seeing if there's anything else up here, but I think we have scoured this side. There is a piece of loot over there. There are a lot of grappling points here, again, similar to the Guardian Ape. The Guardian Ape's boss room. And maybe this is a feature that I need to be taking more advantage of. Because maybe it's harder for me to get hit by cannon fire and things. How did I miss this? All right, we're getting stocked up on all our items here. So we've got the Poison Pool checkpoint, and then we have somewhere to explore in this direction. And then we have over here where it looked like maybe there was an NPC. Although the NPC kind of looked like the Snake Eyes folks. Let's take another look here. Or maybe you're just one of them that's sleeping. Because I can target you. Okay. So do we want to go? I do kind of want to keep going this way. I am a little worried that I only have one gourd. So why don't we go ahead and let's just sit back at the... Let's quickly sit back and get our gourds back. I was trying to grab that one. Thank you very much. 2 ways to go. Wait, this is not the top? Oh, sorry. Gotta do one more level up here. Get my gourds back. And we're also still playing with the Bell Demon. That's the other thing to keep in mind, that I need to keep in mind, is that these encounters we are almost certainly making much tougher on ourselves. But I'm liking the challenge. I have to say that for the most part, I am liking the step up, the slight step up in difficulty. I think is worth it. So far, at least. We'll see if it stays that way. Now, let's go down here. See if we can sneak up on this person. Is there anybody down below here? Just looks like it's you. I can talk, but it also lets me target you. Well, let's talk first, but that, I feel, is pretty unusual. There's not a lot of instances where you get an NPC interaction, but you can also target them as a hostile. Large ape, huh? And you're gone. So a large ape did this to you, huh? Is there another large ape that we're going to have to cross paths with? We've already had our experience, one harrowing experience against a large ape. Is that what we're facing here? Are we going into another? We're going into another ape encounter. That's what this feels like. In which case, if this is a boss, I'm not going to do that quite this moment. But that feels like what we're dealing with here. I wanted to take a closer look. Trying to see what you are holding. Is it also a sword that you're holding? I think it is. And do you also not have a head? Wait a second. This is not the same guardian ape, is it? Did we not finally... We extracted the centipede. We did the actual shinobi execution, didn't we? Is this something that is happening to more than one ape? We've got a centipede infestation. It's hard to see exactly what's going on with your head, though. But I just don't want to find out this second. I'm very interested to know, but I'm also a little wary that I'm close to another skill up. So let's head in this other direction then. I'll actually just go ahead. We'll use our idle here, but I want to come back and hopefully check that here once we bank in another skill point. Maybe I shouldn't be too worried about it because we are getting a fair bit of experience now, and it might not be too big of a deal. We have 30% unseen aid, but we have another path to explore. So let's take a look at that. Quickly warp over there. So we have, right, the poison pool checkpoint. Let's see what's in that direction. Another... It looked very similar to the guardian ape. Looked very, very similar. I'm noticing now, though, can I actually get up here? Maybe I can't even get up here. There's no grapple point, is there? Unless maybe I need to get up to a higher point. I actually don't think... I am not immediately seeing a way for me. Let's see if I get on top of here. Oh, there's an item up there I had missed. So we at least can go for that. but I'm not sure I can make it over to here because there is not a grapple point. Huh. Okay, well, I guess maybe then the ape is our next point to explore. So in that case, let's get the loot up here first. Or I guess I will take you out just in case you catch sight of me. Let me do that first. I really love the fact that we got so much value out of that puppeteer ninjutsu. Really makes me happy. I love being able to. I love the fact that it's one of the great things about Sekiro is that it gives you so many tools to tilt the encounter in your favor. Dang, wait, okay, so how am I actually getting that? How am I actually getting that that piece of loot? What? There's no... Is this where I need to use this grapple point? Hold on here. How am I supposed to do this? Where is... So I'm not seeing obvious grappling hook points on this statue. There's obviously that loot behind it. What am I missing here? Let me look at this. Maybe I'm supposed to use this grappling point to propel me somehow. No, I'm not seeing a spot. It's not giving me... Getting aggro from that cannoneer over there. Huh. I am not sure what to do. And I'm guessing if I go over here, I'm going to get aggroed probably by the cannoneer that's up on the... Unless I crouch. Crouching seems to do pretty good. Crouching does very well in keeping me from being spotted. So we've got, yeah, we don't know how to get that piece of loot. We don't know how to get that piece of loot. And we don't know how to get into that part of the wall. So let me go ahead and I will take a little bit of time here, I guess, and I will grind for some experience to get us to the next skill point, and then we'll explore and see what's going on with the ape. So we reached the next skill point, and I also found some yellow gunpowder in the poison there that I had missed at first. So, which is nice because we're going to go ahead and purchase another upgrade here. And let's get the long spark, since we are potentially dealing with another big beast. An upgraded firecrackers seems like a good idea. So let's go ahead and get that. Upgrade the long spark. We can now do this a couple different ways. We've got the regular R2 as well as the spring-loaded version that goes in all directions. So cool. So we've got that upgraded now. And I think we'll just spend... We'll spend the rest of our sen to actually get us some spirit emblems. We're getting a little bit low on spirit emblems, which is we had been very healthy on them. I guess we got some more while we were fighting against the cannon enemies, so maybe we're not as low as I thought. We also have our prayer beads. Either way, we're going to use those to get our next upgrade in that department, the 5th prayer necklace. The gun fort of Sunken Valley is commanded by the Snake Eyes, an elite force of women able to pierce distant targets with mighty flint cannons and phenomenal vision. We've definitely had our hands full with the Snake Eyes. Snakes of all sorts of varieties, right? We've dealt with all sorts of versions of Snake Eyes, literally and figuratively. This game is great. Got our 5th prayer necklace, though. Feels good. 15 vitality. And I think we're just going to go ahead and buy some spirit emblems. Whoa, wait a second. The cost of spirit emblems has gone up. Maybe I should have expected this because this is kind of what happened eventually in Bloodborne. The cost of blood vials and bullets eventually did go up. We've gone from 10 to 30 though. God damn, tripling the cost on us. We do get a fair amount of sen now, I guess. We have the skill in the Senpo arts tree that gives us more sen, so it's not that big of a deal, but I always hate video game inflation. Either way, all right. We have picked up some more spirit emblems. Let's go back now and see about... Are we dealing with another guardian ape? What the hell? That is something I would have not guessed. I'm not sure if I wanted to go to the poison pool, actually. This is fine, though. This is fine. We'll just go up and we'll take out the cannoneer that is up in this direction. I did notice as I looked around a little bit, there is a passageway behind this statue up there, so it does seem like we're supposed to kind of... We're probably supposed to make our way... Maybe that's even how we get here? By coming at it from another direction, but... Either way, we're going to... Maybe find that behind the ape. Maybe getting past the ape is part of that deal. Don't want to attract your attention, though. Let's go ahead and go over this way. This person does kind of come back. It's kind of like the... It's like the... It's like that rat that was at the start of the gun fort. They respawn temporarily in case you missed their dialogue from before. Okay. I want to take the monocular off, and I guess we'll put the firecrackers on here just in case. I would imagine we're going to need them, unless this is... Could this potentially be a friendly encounter? There's no way that would ever happen, right? The camera just did a very dramatic thing. It feels like the camera zoomed out. I'm noticing there's some blood on the floor, which seems to lead in your direction. Are these just big bloody footprints? Hard to say. They're not footprints, though. It's like you've just been bleeding. What is going on here? It's the guardian ape again? Is it literally the same thing? You've got to be kidding me. What is going on here? Except you're now a double death blow enemy? I am so confused. I am so freaking confused. I probably didn't need to drink a gourd there. This is so strange. It's actually the guardian ape. So even though we did the whole centipede extraction, even though we did that, it's still... I don't know how you hit me. Clearly, I'm not blocking when I think I am. What in the hell? All right. I mean, so far the moves are very much what they were before. And we do the big clang there, and this guy becomes very open to damage. Oh, there's a... Okay. I forgot, or I didn't remember there being that much to that combo. That did a lot more damage than I was hoping. Now, the firecrackers did not work on you when we faced you before in the second phase. And they don't seem to work in this case. So maybe the way we want to be spending our spirit emblems is going to be like we did with the Akko's Spirit Fall. Ow. It does seem like if you are very close to him, he might not be able to hit you sometimes. And then other times he does. Oh, I did not see how close you were to the first death blow. All right. So we'll see if you have any new surprises. You do have a new surprise. There is... What in the world? There is somebody helping you. You have another... What in the hell is happening here? Is it... It's the... That move felt very much like the first phase of Guardian Ape. This is so strange. So we have to face phase 1 and phase 2 together? Who am I even going to focus on here? Okay, now is this an illusion? You kind of came out of nowhere. Are you an illusion, and can I use a snap seed on you? These snap seeds have to be useful at some point. Right? Not here, apparently. I am... Wow. Now, what could be useful against you is fireworks. What could be useful is fireworks. That's not fireworks, though. I'm gonna get stuck in a corner here. Okay, we need to drink. You did not seem like you have much... You actually staggered pretty easily? I don't remember that move, though. I thought I did the fireworks. Firecrackers. This is so fucking... Talk about a new spin on ONS. I don't know if that worked. I don't think it did. I'm not exactly sure who I'm supposed to be focusing on. I'm thinking my brain sort of defaults to take out the ads. See, that time it did scare him, but I'm still having to deal with this other guy. I don't see where the other guy is. This is bad. I'm sort of panic jumping. Maybe I should just stay focused on you. At least they both aren't going like super berserk all the time. Trying to get back into a good position here. Getting them both separate is hard to do here. Are you coming at me or what? We could... I'm not going to be able to make... I was just thinking, I could make some more spirit emblems. Why am I trying to run away from that, though? I'm stuck in a corner. All right, last pellet. Okay. All right, I kind of had sort of given up mentally on actually getting the win in that scenario. I was just more focused on digesting whatever moves I could. Holy shit, though. I was not ready for... I liked the Guardian Ape fight, but I am not the biggest fan of repeat boss fights. That part definitely is not my favorite. And they have, I don't know if it's supposed to count as an actual boss, because he does have like a double, it feels like another boss though. Jesus Christ, you got two of these guys that, why? Okay, at least the fireworks do, the long spark does work against, oh, I actually have, I can buy 2 of those. At least the long spark works against the illusion. And it does feel like maybe we should focus on taking out the illusion. I don't know. It's really hard. It's difficult to keep them separate in that second phase. But that's what we'll focus on. We'll focus on saving our long spark for phase 2. I have to admit, though. Another Guardian Ape. It's just repeat boss fights. They're just... We're sort of putting a twist on things. There's got to be a lore explanation for this, though, right? And maybe we should be thinking about that a little bit more deeply, that it's not just a big hairy ape, that there is something more going on here. The fact that we are now encountering this enemy again in the almost the exact same state as we left it the first time. Also, I'm very curious what would happen if we were to come here. If we were to come here before actually beating the Guardian Ape. We do need to be mindful of the terror. I don't know if the terror is building up more quickly than it was the first time. Man, he is coming with some quick swings sometimes that I'm just not blocking. I should be counterattacking. That's the deflection we want to get, because it does really leave him open. See, he comes back with this combo that I'm getting sucked into forgetting about. Nice little stagger. We don't necessarily need the stun this time because he's so close to the breaking point. I'm seeing if I can get some free hits. So I need to... I was thinking for a second I might be able to just kind of like distract the ad while I take care of this guy, but that might not be... I don't know if that's going to be good enough. I also need to not get trapped. This might be a good one to disengage the camera lock. This might be the key to this fight, is actually not depending on camera lock. I'm always very over-dependent on camera lock, but there are times where it might not be in my best interest. I thought he was going to come close. Shit. Not paying attention to the other guy. It's hard to keep them apart. I am so not paying attention to the Guardian. Did it actually affect him? I wasn't watching to see if the fuck. We need to get our posture back. We're close to getting this guy out of the way. Fuck. Fuck, what am I doing? This is so hectic here. So much for keeping camera lock. Or not keeping camera lock. I was thinking I might be able to finish him off with a few shuriken. Can I please not get stuck on the cave? That did not do it. Fuck. Holy fucking shit. I don't know where I'm fucking getting the... What is my camera doing? Okay, hold on. Jesus Christ. I don't want to ride a Remnant either. I'm definitely getting a little bit of a panic here. I'm going to take a timeout and hydrate. This is very stressful. I do not handle these stressful situations, at least at first. I get so laser focused into trying to do things, and when things start to go a little bit wrong, I get panicked. I'm sure you all can relate very much. I try to keep an even keel as far as what I am, as much as I am able to narrate through the situation, which is usually not very well, considering the amount of brain power it takes. Okay. Now the fact that we get to focus on this fight, and we don't have to worry about anything else. Do we want to do Nightjar Slash maybe? That might be a good idea. It would not probably be a good idea to use use my Tonto at this point. So let's just go with what we've got. Game, please. Game, please don't crash on me now. We've already had the one crash today, and now as soon as the graphics start to slow down there, I'm like, oh no, another one's coming? Okay, another stun is good. He can be so wild sometimes. I'm glad we're getting these staggers, though. Ah. Took the extra chip damage there that I didn't need to. Nice. Can we get him? I swear, you better be done. You better fucking be done. You better fucking be done. I think it's done. I think I can safely say, out of my game. Although maybe I can't, because I thought I said out of my game, and this guy clearly wasn't. This fucking headless Guardian Ape just will not leave me the fuck alone. And now he's bringing buddies into the fight with him. What the actual hell? At least we had reps. We had reps that we could lean back on. And once we were able to get through the bit of craziness of having two of those things on your case, the rest of it wasn't too bad. We knew what the moves were. Memory, Headless Ape. The Headless Guardian Ape was a colossal beast plagued with the power of the Undying. This was another situation where maybe we could have used the Mortal Blade. Things were happening so fast and are always so hectic. And I know I had mentioned that the other day, that maybe using the Mortal Blade could be a way to deal with this guy once and for all. That also feels like, would they really do that in a game where they would have a boss that you could just sort of completely bypass either the entire fight or part of the fight by simply using your Mortal Blade? That feels like that would not be the way to go. We got a prayer bead from this too. Dang. I have 2 in my possession? Wait. I thought I just used 4. Are you telling me I got 2 from this fight? We got a memory and 2 prayer beads. What the hell? Well, that was super worth. Please go away. Oh. 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 Whoa. Immortality severed. We're getting achievements here. All ninjutsu techniques. Okay. Wow, this ended up being so much more consequential. It had a double death blow thing, and so I was thinking, well, maybe this is not going to be at the level of a boss. But we just got freaking a memory, 2 prayer beads, and a ninjutsu technique, and a new thing. We didn't just do Shinobi Execution, we did Immortality Severed. Holy shit. There are some... We've said that there's a lot of things. This game is very different from the others in the FromSoft franchise, but there are definitely some echoes of some of the things that were going on in Bloodborne. And this feels a little bit like Nightmare Slain. Something along those lines. Bestowal Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu technique that wreathes a blade in the victim's blood. extending its reach. Costs spirit emblems to use, activated after a backstab death blow. The wolf discovered this technique upon beheading a foe with the mortal blade, forming a cursed sword from spilled blood. Though it bears likeness to the mortal blade, it cannot kill the undying. Well, we're definitely going to want to try that out. Bestowal. It extends the reach of your blade by wreathing it in the victim's blood. That sounds super cool. Holy shit. And we finally got rid of this damn thing. Dude, it is still writhing. It is still writhing around on the floor. Did I just hear a monkey? I'm hearing a monkey somewhere. I could have sworn I heard a monkey. Okay, before we do anything else, we're going to grab this sculptor's idol. Holy shit. Guardian Ape's Burrow. Dude, this is nuts. Maybe we would not be able to come down here if we had not beat the Guardian Ape already. Holy shit, though. Well, I'm kind of taken aback and trying to digest all of this. I was not expecting us to run into another boss so quickly. But I feel like I am hearing monkey noises somewhere. Let's actually rest. Let's get our flasks, our healing gourds back. And we will do... We got 2 prayer beads out of that. We got so much. Very, very cool. And the centipede is now gone. Goddamn centipede. Okay, I want to check up here real quickly and see if we can find where I'm hearing this. I feel like I'm hearing a monkey somewhere, but I could also just be hearing sounds. Or hearing things that don't actually exist. It looks like there is maybe more to this. Unless this leads... Dang, where is this leading? No! Wait a second, there's Jinseimon. Okay, that is... Jinseimon is here, and we have a Nightjar. We have a Nightjar Shinobi. Oh, there's multiple of you? Wait a second. Okay, hold on. That is not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to get into a fight with 2 of you. If it was just 1, I was going to be okay with that. But 2 is a little more than I want to jump into when I am right on the cusp of a new skill point. So let's go ahead and rest here. I thought I was going to maybe do a quick investigation into finding where I'm hearing monkey noises, but turns out that there is more to be explored beyond there as we are going to be continuing into the depths. But I think we're going to do that next time. This is where I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Let's see if you have... Yeah, this is still the same. So this is just a the same. Oh, wait a second. There's a path here. Hold on a moment. Maybe we did find something else that we're going to explore. Let me see, because maybe this leads us to that other piece of loot. Maybe we have found, I was going to wrap things up, but maybe we have the answer to our question of how to reach that mysterious loot. Whoops, that's not the way you do a wall jump. Wait, how do you do? Okay, he jumps far enough across. No, I just wanted to, god damn it. This wall jumping skill, not the most intuitive, but yeah, this does lead right up here. Cool. Grab this, yellow gunpowder. Grab the other loot up here. Another prayer bead. Holy shit, we're already back up to 3 prayer beads. Let's go. Okay. That was, I fortunately looked up as we got out of here. I could see this could be very easy to miss as you're going through here. You could just sort of, your attention might get laser focused into here. But I just managed to notice that there was an opening, which was fortunate. But I think this is going to lead, let's see if there's any other of those sorts of openings. I think this is going to lead, there is a monkey here. Okay. Is it a monkey? It's not a monkey that I could potentially... We can't talk with these monkeys, right? That's not how this works. There's some sort of corpse here. We could try out our new ninjutsu technique, but I think I'll save that for later. We get some more monkey boost though. This is now our third monkey boost that we've picked up. We have enough monkey boost now to be able to share with both Ishin and the sculptor as well. This is actually overlooking the cave, isn't it? This is overlooking the where we were just at. There's a skeleton here, which for whatever reason makes me think of Dark Beast Parl. It kind of feels like this could be a dark beast that would come to life any second and start firing off lightning bolts, and we would need some lightning reversal technique. Why is this spot here though? I mean, obviously we got some monkey boost from it. And who are you? Who are you? Is this the other? Was this the other ape? The ape that got summoned in? Or the spirit of the ape? The brown ape that joined in the fight? Is that what's going on here? And it's an interesting lookout here. Can we get over to that waterfall, I wonder? I guess I'm just sort of still decompressing and soaking in some of the details of the end of our encounter with the... Oh yeah, of course we can get up here. This is where we can get over here because this is what leads to those phantoms. But that is going to be for next time. I think this is a good spot for us to go ahead. And I wasn't expecting the episode to necessarily be this short, but when you beat a boss, it feels like a good spot to go ahead and wrap up this installment of Sekiro. We are barely into the depths. It feels like we are just barely scratching the surface, and yet so much is happening already. We've got Jinzaemon ahead of us. So I'm wondering if we were even able to go back to... If we went back to the spot at the abandoned dungeon, would he still be there? It seems like this is kind of what I was expecting. I was expecting him to progress further in. Why did it give us the option to lure him? I would imagine, though, he's going to be gone now. Right. Okay. It didn't feel right to lure him back into the abandoned dungeon. That felt like the wrong move. I think we picked the right option. But we'll see exactly how that storyline progresses here. But I'm grateful for I'm grateful for surviving the encounters that we did today, making it through both a mini boss as well as a... Is it not going to let me go? This sculptor's idol is unavailable until it is communed with again. What? Wait, why is that? Is there something else to be done there? Let's actually go back then and see if there is something else to be done. Maybe we needed to do some sort of reload of the zone. I'm curious to see what is going on here. This feels like one of those situations, once again, that you had in Bloodborne, where, you know, the Bloody Crow would show up. There is another guy here to fight. Holy shit. Okay, there's another guy here to fight. We are close to our next skill point, which maybe I would do that. But I think we're gonna save that for next time. I am why is this going on? It looks very much like the Shichimen warrior that we faced in the abandoned dungeon. And now it looks like he has followed us down here, or another one like him. But we're gonna go ahead and leave the episode there for now, because holy shit, I don't know that I can take quite much more excitement like this for one episode. So, wow, Ashina Depths has some things going on. So we will take this on next time and see what is going on with Jinzaemon and the illusions, the Nightjar illusions that we're going to have to battle going forward. So much happening. This game is a ton of fun. My goodness, I cannot get over how good this game is. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.